This video is going to focus on polynomial function analysis. More specifically, we're going to look at two key concepts that are critical to understanding how polynomials operate: maxes and mins, and also end behavior. We're going to first look at maxes and mins, and we're going to more specifically call them relative maxes and mins. So here we have some graphs. The behavior of a function is a series of intervals of increasing and decreasing. So we're going to have areas where the graph goes up, and then it comes down. And at some point, we end up having these little flat spots. So we have a flat spot here and here, and then, if I could draw this correctly, let's try that again. There, and there. So we have basically little areas where things flatten out and change direction. So this particular graph increases, hits that flat spot, then decreases, hits another flat spot, and then increases again. This one will decrease to increase, decrease again, and then increase at the end there. And so what we have happen is when we have these high points, these points at the very top, we call those relative maximums. What's happening is we're going from an increasing function to decreasing. Those are visually what our relative maximums are. The other ones are decreasing to increasing, and those we would call a relative minimum. Now, visually, we can easily pick those out because essentially what we're looking for is a relative max. We're looking at what I like to call it a hilltop. So it's going to go to the top and then drop down immediately afterwards. Relative mins are more like valleys. So it's kind of at the bottom. It's like the lowest point you can have in this particular area. So looking at a few graphs, and we're going to make some conclusions here in just a few minutes. The behavior of this graph, this is a quadratic graph, so it looks like if we move from left to right, this graph is going to decrease, and then it's going to increase. So that's its behavior, decrease to increase. The relative number of relative maximum, we're looking for any hilltops, and I'm not seeing any, but I do see a valley right there. So we've got one relative minimum, no maximum, and the degree of that is 2. So let's start looking at some patterns here. One pattern is I want to look at the behavior and the degree, see if we can come up with a relationship, and also the degree and the number of maxes and mins. So the second one is also a quadratic, but it's different. It's one that will open down. So our behavior is a little bit different. Instead of decreasing then increasing, we're actually going to increase, hit that flat spot, and then decrease. And that gives us one relative max, which will be right here at that hilltop, and no minimum. The degree is still 2. This is a cubic graph. So a cubic graph is going to have this kind of shape, basically a straight line that's been kind of bent a little bit. Our behavior here, we're going to have an increase, decrease, and then an increase again. So those 3 different regions, up, down, up. Relative max, we actually do have one this time, right there. Minimum, we have one right there. And our degree would be 3. This one's also cubic, but different shape. Decrease first, then increase, then decrease again. Relative max, we have 1. Relative minimum, 1. And the degree is still 3. Seeing a pattern here. And then we've got quartic graphs. These are something x to the 4th. So our behavior here, we have a decrease, an increase, a decrease, and an increase. And the number of relative maximum, we've got 1 with 2 minima, and the degree is 4. I hope you're seeing the pattern so far. If not, we'll talk about it after this one. Behavior, we've got increase, decrease, so an increase, decrease, an increase again, and then a decrease. 2 max, 1 min, and degree 4. All right, so the patterns I'm seeing here, we'll look at our behavior. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces of behavior, or different behaviors to describe, and that also happens to be our degree. I wonder if that works all the time. Yep. Behavior, 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 3, and a degree of 3. The maxes and mins, we added those up. 2 and 1 would give me 3, a degree of 4. So the maxes and the mins together plus 1 gives me my degree. That's always going to happen when we're looking at polynomial functions. It doesn't matter if they're double roots or any of that kind of stuff. Doesn't change the number of maxes and mins. An end behavior. So the end behavior, and it's kind of a misnomer because the function doesn't really end. It keeps on going. But it's basically what the graph's going to do at the left and rightmost endpoints. So if it's going to continue off to the left-hand side, what does the graph want to approach as far as its height goes? If we continue onto the right-hand side, what is the graph going to do? And we generally talk about end behavior as what's called a limit. So this is how we're going to read this. This says the limit as x approaches, that line means approaches, negative infinity of the function. So we read that as x approaches negative infinity. What that basically means is we're going to take our graph, and approaches negative infinity means we're going to start looking this way to the left and try and figure out what's going on. Versus x approaches infinity, we're going to go the other direction. So we're going to start here at 0, and we're going to be looking this way. And to figure, as I keep going that way, what's happening to my graph. That's what end behavior is. So looking at this graph right here, on the left-hand side, limit as I approach negative infinity, it's down here, and it's going to keep on going that direction. It's never going to stop. These functions will keep going in that direction. So our limit as x approaches negative infinity of the function would be negative infinity because it's dropping down further this way. But in the blue, if we're going to the right, we can see that that graph is clearly going up as we move to the right. And so the limit as x approaches positive infinity is positive infinity. The graph in the middle has a little bit different behavior. Here the graph is starting out high and getting lower. So we're starting off at this value, and as we go to the left, it's going to go up. So it's going to go to positive infinity. If I start going to the right from 0, as I'm dropping, my limit would be negative infinity. And that's characteristic of odd-powered or odd-degree polynomial functions, is that one will go in one direction, one end will go one way, and the other will go in another direction. Even-powered ones are a little bit different characteristic. So this is a graph that appears to be x to the fourth. It might be higher than that. We're not 100% sure. But as I'm moving to the left, I could tell definitely that the graph is going to drop, and fairly significantly when I get to a point here. So my limit would be negative infinity. But the same thing happens when I go to the right. If I go to the right, yeah, negative infinity for my limit there as well. So we want to determine the end behavior of each of the following below. So first thing I want to know is what is the limit as x approaches negative infinity? So, and I'm just going to call these f of x because I don't have any other name for them, so let's call it that. So if I'm going to the left, it looks like we're going to go up to infinity. Versus the limit as x approaches positive infinity, it's also up. So positive infinity. The graph in the middle, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a fifth degree polynomial at the very least. And apparently I can't spell limit today. Let me try that again. All right, limit as x approaches negative infinity of f of x. So going left does drop, but then immediately starts to climb and continues to climb in that direction. So the left limit would be positive infinity. And as I continue to the right-hand side, it's going to drop down to negative infinity. Odd degree power, the ends are going in different directions. And it looks like the graph on the right is basically the same idea, an odd degree power f of x. So, sorry about that, hit the wrong button. We go to the left, and it's going to go down to negative infinity. And from the right, positive infinity. So essentially what we're looking at is the end behavior is controlled by essentially two things: the degree and the sign of the leading coefficient, whatever that happens to be. So these are just some examples, and you'll notice that if we have a degree 2 or a degree 4, the left and the right hand limit are exactly the same. They're either positive infinity for both or negative infinity for both. They kind of move together versus an odd degree power. They're moving in opposite directions. So we might start low and end high, or we might start high and end low, like this particular one here. Starts high and ends low. But that's always going to work that way. So we've got a nice little summarization chart of really how we have to visualize this, that if we have a degree that's even, and a positive exponent, my graph is going to look something like this. So both of my end behaviors end up giving me positive values. If I have an even degree with a negative exponent, it'll look something like that. So instead of both being positive, they're both going to be negative. And I'll write it here. So left is negative infinity. I'm having troubles here today. Sorry, not a comma, an equal sign. And the limit as x approaches infinity equals negative infinity as well. They're both going to go down. Degree odd, we're going in opposite directions. So if it's positive, this is the way I like to think of it. It really is saying that in the end, the graph wants to have increased. So we know we're going to end at a higher spot than we did in the beginning. So that means we've got to start low and go higher. So my limit at negative infinity would be negative infinity. It's going to go further down in that direction. My limit as I approach infinity will be infinity because it's going to increase forever in that direction. And then the last one, if we've got a negative coefficient with an odd degree, it wants to decrease in the long run. So we're going to start high and get low. We've got that. And limit as x approaches infinity would be negative infinity. So again, maxes and mins. Max, we're looking for a high point, an area where we're going from an increase to a decrease. For a min, we're looking for a low point, or where we're going from a decrease to an increase. For end behavior, really it's determined by the degree. If the degree is even, then we know that the graph is going to open in the same direction, either both up on the left and the right, or both down. If it's odd, we know they're going to go apart, and then that leading coefficient will give us a little bit more information to figure that out.